I love the Dark Knight Trilogy very much, and Christopher Nolan is an obvious choice for my favorite director of all time. Inception, Interstellar, and the Batman movies are all amazing, groundbreaking films. But there's something that Nolan somehow either forgot, or more likely just wasn't focusing on in the Dark Knight Trilogy that would have made the movies, in my opinion, a little bit better. The thing I'm talking about is called scenography, the art of set design, backgrounds, and atmosphere of a film.
To drop in.
Christopher Nolan's directing and writing is so well done that he can show you the One World Trade Center and still make you believe that it is Gotham City, but I will admit it is pretty jarring still. This is a lot less prominent in The Dark Knight, but The Dark Knight has a problem of, well, concrete. Nolan loves his flat, concrete, barren landscapes of the Dark Knight trilogy. Nolan is very smart and takes so much time making his movies that I doubt this was some kind of mistake or he just forgot about it. Christopher Nolan's goal with these movies was to put Batman into a semi-realistic world, a world of glass buildings and a Gotham without much gothic in it. Which is fine because that is what Nolan was going for. I do think scenography should have been a little bit more important in The Dark Knight in some cases, especially for the symbolism of what each location stands for. I think details that could make you look into the background could have aided this movie a lot. Clearly, Christopher Nolan knows how to do this with his other movies, but it was just less of a focus in this trilogy. The director of the Batman 2021 movie, Matt Reeves, is not trying to make a semi-realistic Batman world. This movie universe is said to be a way more comic book accurate portrayal of the Caped Crusader. I'm not trying to say whether this is better than the Dark Knight Trilogy or not because this movie hasn't come out yet, but for Matt Reeves' world to work, the Batman 2021 needs extreme emphasis on scenography. Why? Well, because Batman 2021 is more grounded in the fictional world of DC Comics' Gotham City. A city that has a wide variety of buildings and indoor locations with symbolic meanings, context, and history behind them. So many different art forms have portrayed a comic-accurate Gotham City in unique ways, but what stands out is the atmosphere and that the city becomes a character of its own. What if we could see the bright blue iceberg over a red gold hazy background of the Iceberg Lounge, or the winding pipes colored with smog and the flash of massive building signs, or the green, wet, thick atmosphere of the Gotham sewer system? Now, I'm not just saying this because, ooh, look at the pretty colors, but I feel like everyone can agree that utilizing your background to further a scene, writing, or symbolics of a film is a good thing to do. It is not a waste of time if possible. Not only is it pleasing like the comic book panels, video games, and other movies we have seen portray Gotham in this way, but it is beneficial to the meaning and investment of an audience into the world behind this movie. I want to talk about how Matt Reeves can do this with an emphasis on originality but also nostalgia. Batman 1989 has some of the best, if not the best, most impressive set design I have ever seen in a film. Extremely detailed mini models were made to create an original take on a truly gothic industrial Gotham City that perfectly encapsulated and furthered the feel of the Gotham City in the comic books. And what I love about the Gotham City in Batman 89 is that most of it is entirely created directly from the minds of the concept artist, set designers, and Tim Burton, the director himself, meaning building these sets is a perfect embodiment of what this movie is trying to express because it is all made from scratch. Many movies these days have to compromise with locations and fit the set to the story rather than the other way around. This kind of gives us an understanding of The Dark Knight because the idea was to put Batman into the real world, so Christopher Nolan already had his set built, the real world. And Batman 1989 and Returns, when I look at the pictures of these films, its sets and concept art, I see true art. I see a comic book coming to life through a movie. I see Gotham City. And I think it is time we get a Batman trilogy with not only amazing writing and characterization of the Dark Knight trilogy, but with the amazing visuals, set design, and comic book charm of Batman 1989 and Batman Returns. I've seen set images everywhere of this movie of, like the graveyard with the Bat Cycle and the giant church set they are building, and that Gotham City may include the comic booky blimps of the Batman animated series. If you look at the Batmobile images, you can see the background and how atmospheric it is, the fog, the yellow tint to it. He is also filming in very gothic and Victorian locations in the United Kingdom. When I see these set pictures and I see the amazing visuals of the last two Planet of the Apes movies, which I highly recommend you watch, I trust that not only Matt Reeves will give us an amazing original take on Gotham City, but that Matt Reeves is also going to give us the visuals of what artists have developed Gotham City into over decades of Batman's history.